All right, my name is Ari, the Healing Empress, aka the Fly Goddess. All right, we're gonna see what's going on and this energy. All right, this is a personal read. If you are wanting a personal read or wanting a question answered, you can go ahead and send your payment, and I'll go ahead and do that one next. Okay, retreats. Strategic withdrawal. All right, you could be withdrawing yourself from a lot of people at this time. All right, you got a lot of people coming back into your life, a lot of people coming back into your energy, baby, and you are withdrawing. All right, you are fine. Where the fuck you at? Thunder, sudden shock. That's what people are saying. You are fine being by your goddamn self. They were not prepared for that. All right, so people could have been sending you a lot of isolation spells, wanting you to be by yourself. You put that plate in the microwave. Wanting you to be by, never mind, don't worry about it. Wanting you to be by yourself. And you cool with that shit. You are perfectly fine. All right, you don't have no issues with being by yourself. Oppression, feeling trapped. They wanted you to feel trapped. They wanted you to feel alone. But instead, it built who you are. You actually sat down and you went on a journey with spirit to show you who you really were. What's going on, Shine Bright? I got some new love cards, you guys. If you are interested in a love read, I got the new ones, and they are really detailed. All right, feeling trapped. They wanted you to feel trapped. All right, but you don't feel trapped about a situation. All right, gathering together, community power. All right, this could have been a group of stupid motherfuckers. All right, that thought that they were going to come together and stop a shine when it comes to you. These were unbalanced relationships. These are people that you let go of. Difficulty at the beginning, chaos before growth. All right, yeah, the shit was difficult. Especially when these motherfuckers was sending spell work and shit at you, and you know what that shit is, but you wasn't, off up in that shit. But then you started learning about it, and you started learning how to protect yourself. All right, and you kept quiet about a lot of shit. That's your most. You being quiet, your silence, you not saying shit. People thinking that you're not knowing what they're doing, and in fact, you're protecting yourself from them, and they think you doing spell work the whole time. You just that motherfucker. All right, flowing, going with life. Before completion. All right, new cycle began. All right, so there's a sudden shock. If I got my sudden shock, I don't know if y'all got your sudden shock. All right, you could get a sudden shock, or that somebody still got you on a fucking brain. All right, rent free. Somebody got you on their brain, rent free. All right. Discipline and strategy. All right, so this person, you could have somebody that tried to pull you back in. Motherfuckers are trying to pull you back in with their bullshit, and you're not going for it. All right, careful steps, treading lightly. All right, these people are treading lightly. They are checking your temperature, all right, to see what the fuck you got going on. Small preponderance. Small actions matter. All right, so these people are coming in. These are unbalanced relationships. These are people that you let go of. Again, this is why all these people are coming back into your life, because they know that you're getting ready to achieve and receive. All right? Grace and beauty and definement. And whatever you're doing that shit with grace, because why they sending all this fucking dirty ass spell work to you, you're taking that shit and you're taking that energy and you're manipulating it into something that you can actually use. All right, you're transmuting that bullshit into greatness, and they don't understand how the fuck you doing it, because they don't know how to understand it themselves. All right, 9 people watching me on YouTube, and 1 person liking. That's 8 stalkers. All right. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Deliverance, freedom, mountain, and stillness. All right, you can have a lot of people watching you be freed at this time from their bullshit. All right, they are seeing that they never had you under their good graces. All right, it was all a trap. Biting through, cut through obstacles. All right, discipline. These people thought that they had you. They thought that they had you. They ain't had shit. Not a goddamn thing. All right. It's a lot of monitoring spirits. You couldn't see a lot of flash right now. Monitoring spirits are out heavy than a motherfucker. What's going on, love? I finally finished the motherfucking cards. I just finished them shits. I've been asleep all day. And woke up and had to finish the cards, and I finally finished them. Development, gratitude, gradual progress. You're in this waiting period before movement. All right, God is getting ready to do something major in your life. Oh, thank you, love. God is getting ready to do something major in your life. It was a lot of writing too. Shit. I'm finna use them in a second. All right, conflict and disagreements. People wanted you to have conflicts and disagreements with people, and you straight ignore the fuck out of people. People are not used to you ignoring. Man, shut your dumb ass up. Talking about reported for worshiping the devil. First of all, even if I was, bitch, you can't do nothing about it. But be upset. That's all you can do. Talking about reported for worshiping the devil. That's the funniest shit I've ever fucking heard. Thank you for making me laugh. I needed that laugh today. Reported for worshiping the devil. That shit is so funny. Oh shit. All right. Girl, I had a dream. You didn't laugh. It was an inside. It was an inside laugh. The shit was so funny. I couldn't laugh on the outside. I had to laugh on the inside. Because that shit was really weak as fuck. Come again. Alright, I literally gone through 6 streams of people eating chicken. That is crazy. Y'all motherfuckers not even funny. I need y'all to be more funnier. Please. I need y'all to be more funny. I need laughter. Come on. I need some laughter. That shit not making me laugh. Alright? In fact, you know what I say when I'm doing somebody's personal readings, and then you have pieces of shit that comes in and they want to interrupt the read. This is how I know that you got something coming for you. All right. God is showing you all of the people that is malfunctioning. You've been seeing this for the past couple fucking days. All right. Everybody is malfunctioning. Everybody is malfunctioning. All right. They don't know what to do with themselves. They don't know what to do with the energy. You're going to take that energy and you're going to create it. So while people are giving you goofy energy, take it. Take it. Take it. And they're going to spend way more energy trying to attack you. All right. Multiple streams of income. More than one opportunity is coming your way. And whatever this opportunity is, you're going to be able to change the terms. He said noodle head ass. Oh shit. Alright, if you think I'm finna read all that shit, bitch, I'm not. Alright, negotiation table terms still being changed. Alright, so you got multiple doors opening up for you. Alright. You're getting ready to leave an environment that is draining. All right, you're getting ready to leave a financial. Oh, you're getting ready to leave a financial. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and make this a better environment for y'all, so y'all don't have to see that. I got y'all. I got y'all. Cause it's a very good read, and we don't need no dickheads fucking it up. All right, let's see. There we go. It's just that easy to remove, folks. Just that easy. I'm learning. Okay? I'm not finna go back and forth with no bitch ass motherfucker nobody. Alright? Read the fine print. Look deeper before agreeing. Alright, like I said, there's some sort of negotiation on the table. That's a good read. I'm trying to... Exactly. Alright, read the fine print. Go deeper. Alright, it's something that you're getting ready to go deeper with when it comes to... I feel like you're finna get ready to sign something, alright? But this right here, whatever you're getting ready to sign is going to bring you a luxury energy, alright? Value, high value living, quality, premium pricing. So, wealthy builder. So you're coming into some sort of abundance, all right, some sort of overflow and an increase, all right. So an increase plus an overflow. Something was delayed, something was being held up behind the scenes, and now something's getting ready to transpire, all right. Expansion, growth into a larger space, role, or platform, all right. You definitely could be moving in a bigger home. All right, side hustle, additional income streams availability. All right, so you're getting ready to do something that's going to bring in money. All right, secure the bag. Take the opportunity serious and move wisely. Magnetic money. You are attracting abundance. Woo. You are attracting abundance. All right, so whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're not missing. All right, you're taking care of your business. All right, and you're not letting your past dictate your fucking future at all. Now, let's see. And these are all the cards. These are all the cards that I made. I'm so proud of these cards. I'm so proud. You notice I ain't even using the other ones, and I just bought 5 other decks. But yeah, I'm using these. All right, missed window. Some opportunities are lessons and readiness. All right, so I feel like you didn't miss anything. You had to. It's something that you had to grow on. All right, or grow within in order to receive what God wanted exactly for your life. Closed doors. Rejection can be redirection and protection. All right, so like I said, it's not. It was never. It says missed window, but it was never a missed opportunity. Never a missed opportunity. Emotional fog. All right, feel first and decide later. Feel first and decide later. Spirit is trying to work on you when it comes to your discernment. All right. So it's like Spirit is saying, try your discernment out. Try it out, and you'll see how tapped in you are. Emotional attachment. All right. Attachment may be clouding your judgment. All right. And attachment could be a person, place, or thing. All right. I feel like it's your environment. All right. And that's why Spirit is getting ready to move. What's going on? This is why Spirit is getting ready to move you. Green lights. All right. So you're getting a lot of confirmations at this time. Healthy timing. This opportunity meets you at the right season. And that fell up right under missed windows. I'm wonderful. It fell up under right up under missed windows. All right. So something that you thought you missed, you didn't. Thank you, love. What's going on, Ghost Rider? I got some new love cards, y'all. So after I finish this read, I can jump right in it. Yeah, depending on what reads you want. On the spot reads are 1515. That's love, money, career, and all the bullshit around you. $10. 1010 is the love reads. All right. And if you are wanting, and even though it's a love read, I still give you a little bit of info. All right. And if you are wanting a question, questions are $5.55. You can ask 2. I am wonderful. I made some new cards. This shit had me up all night and sleep all fucking day. I've been working on it for like 2 days. But I'm finna dig into them next, so you will see how deep they are. All right, earn trust. This is building a real way. All right, so your rejection can be your redirection and protection. All right, so God is trying to send you. God had to send you down a path. It's like a secret path. All right, so you can learn something. Body check. It's something about your intuition again, because your body can sense what your mind is trying to tell you. All right, words do not match actions. Believe patterns and not promises. All right, and that's what we're saying. All right, we're not following no promises. We don't want to hear that shit. We're going off patterns. All right, the story you've been telling yourself. Separate the facts from the narrative. All right, when you see shit, it is what it is. Don't try to sugarcoat what you're seeing. All right, don't put the rose-colored glasses on because you see shit for what the fuck it is. All right, don't be fooled. It'll be because you're not really being fooled at that point. You're choosing to go in the wrong direction. All right, crossroads. A choice is asking you to define yourself. All right, so you got two paths you can go down, right? But Spirit is saying which one of those paths align with who you are. All right, and that's the path that you're getting ready to go down. What's going on? All right, and do not be no overthinker. Too much analyzing can drown out your intuition. All right, so listen to your first thoughts. Mixed signals. Confusion is often a message, not a mystery. All right, so something leaves you confused, then that ain't it. All right, if something leaves you confused, that's not it. Should I get into these next? Yeah, and then I get into the other cards. All right, so these are new love cards that I made. We're gonna see. It talks about divine relationships, ancient bloodline when it comes to relationships and love. So we're gonna see. The Ritual Queen. Competition, evil, and territorial energy. This card talks about jealousy, comparison, emotional competition, someone trying to prove that they hold more power. Connection. All right, petty behavior, insecurity, outside interference, or conflict over attention. All right, and let's see. And then it says, what is mine does not need to be fought over. All right, so when it comes to people, places, and fucking things, a bitch ain't never fighting over nobody. All right, and you're definitely not fighting over something that belongs to you, okay? Because if it belongs to you, you don't have to fight over it. All right, and that's the House of Thrones. All right, and that talks about power, boundaries, loyalty, betrayal, and standards. All right, so somebody wants to prove that they are better than you, and they're fucking losing. All right, the Bond. All right, deep emotional attachment exists. This card speaks of closeness, soul reconnection, trust, and emotional connection. A bond may be strengthening or revealing itself. Be mindful of unhealthy attachments, dependencies, or confusion. Emotional intensity with true compatibility. My relationships are rooted in nothing but trust and truth, not fear. All right, so you got somebody trying to compete with you and yours. Is what it sounds like. All right, this could be a strongly giving sibling. All right, trying to compete with the bonds that you have, or hell, the bonds that you have with your children, the bonds that you have with your mate. Somebody is pissed off about that. The longing, desire, yearning, and emotional pull. Someone may miss you, think about you often, or feel unfinished emotions. This can also reflect on your own desires for connection. Longing can be a trap if you are waiting on someone who is not moving. All right, I release what cannot meet me. All right, so you are releasing even bonds. All right, if they are getting to a point to where there are some sort of codependency relationships, then you are separating yourself. You're not caring about tenure. All right, and then you got somebody who is and fucking this sounds like family. All right, this really doesn't sound like anything love. This sounds like somebody is mad, all right, because things are working out for you. So something is working out for you in the love department, in the relationship department, and somebody is pissed the fuck off. The return. The past connection is resurfacing. All right, someone from your past may reappear to reconnect or revisit unfinished emotions. This can also point to reconciliation. Not everything that returns is healed. Watch patterns, not promises. I only welcome back what returns with truth. And if y'all been watching me, y'all see that bitch ass motherfucker try to come back. Alright, then I tell y'all it was people who was gonna try to come back in your energy. Alright, and when it comes to this personal reading, it's because I ain't gonna say y'all don't know who it is anyways. But when it comes to this reading that I'm doing, this is very true because siblings have came back, and these are people who know that they haven't been the best. All right, these people have all crossed the line, and these people have tried to come back in your life within the past motherfucking week. All right, masculine lineage, protection, and patterns. All right, this card reveals how your father line may shape your standards, trust, emotional safety, and expectations in love. Authority wounds, fear of vulnerability, emotional unavailable patterns, or inherited mistrust. I release inherited patterns that may block healthy love. All right, so this could have something to do with your parents. All right, say your mama toxic than a motherfucker. All right, you are not your mother. You are not your father. All right, so it may be something in you. Like, say if you don't have a great relationship with your mother, it's something in you. All right, that is affecting your previous relationships from your past. So this is something that you had to fix. But this is father. All right, absence. I'm hearing absence. All right, so abandonment could be something that you may need to look at when it comes to healing. All right, the veiled hearts, hidden feelings or emotions, emotional guardness. All right, so you may be holding your emotions in. All right, or somebody may be holding in some feelings. All right, when it comes to you, someone feels more than they show, or emotions are being kept behind a wall. This card often appears when clarity is needed. All right, secrecy, emotional unavailability. Damn, I can't even talk. Emotional unavailability, mixed signals, or avoidance. I deserve emotional honesty and clarity. All right, let's see. The veiled heart. Okay, came out again. Somebody's not showing their true feelings in a situation. All right, the dream gate. This message, message through, you just said something about dreams. Messages through dreams, visions, and the subconscious. This card can point to intuitive dreams about a person, relationship, or emotional pattern. Pay attention on what your spirit is showing you. Fantasy, illusions, or getting lost in wishful thinking. I honor the wisdom that reaches me beyond words. That man who came back, who I told y'all about, and I showed y'all the motherfucking proof of what backfire looked like. I seen how he was going to pass away 5 years ago. No, I'm sorry, was it 5 years ago? 4 years ago. I saw how that man was gonna pass away. In my dream, I was at the store, and I was with a group of people, and I was going in the store, and no, I was talking to a group of people, and I seen him. And you know them convenience stores. It don't have the gas part. It's just a convenience store. All right, be connected to like a end of a shopping plaza or something. It was like a gas station in the hood type shit. All right, so I went. And I saw him, and I was like, oh, this nigga, he go. I know he finna try to come towards me. So I walked in the store. Tell me why this man was coming after me trying to unalive me. Right? So I went in the store. So the whole time in my dream, I keep having these dreams. I'm like, okay, this man trying to unalive me. Proof was in the pudding when I played the message, and I posted that shit everywhere. Now, I went in the store. And when I went in the motherfucking store, this man walked past me and said, I got him. I don't know who the fuck this man was from a can of goddamn paint. I ain't never seen a man in my life, but you know what I'm saying? He wasn't a bad dude, you know what I'm saying? He was just a dude. He was a regular dude, and he was like, I got him. I was like, you got him. Man, when this man came in the store, I didn't even have to tell this man I didn't even have to tell this man the reason why I was in the store. All right, and the man was like, I got him. I'm talking about clean in the forehead. I'm talking about clean in the forehead in the store. Boom, body drop. I had that dream 4 years ago. I've had it a couple fucking times. I never knew who the dude was who did it. That's how I know he got karma coming to him. He done messed over some shit that he shouldn't have. He's a liability. Especially if he is connected to, which I know he is, he's connected to a cult. Alright? So he's a liability for others. So who you think they're gonna sacrifice? When I say your ancestors jumping bodies and you ain't gotta do shit, so bitch won't leave you alone. I got something to make you lay down. Okay? The jealous eye, envy, insecurity, or possessive energy. Someone may feel threatened, suspicious, or fear of losing control in a connection. This can also point to outside interference, comparison, paranoia, jealousy, emotional instability can poison a bond. Alright, I fear, release, and close what is secure. What I say. You got a lot of people coming back towards you because they trying to save face for their life. Because you were the thing that was keeping them alive. And you gonna find that shit out. A lot of people were not living. Alright? Until they met you. And then they wanted to take your fucking light, which is crazy and goofy as a bitch. Alright? The return of power. Reclaiming all of your power. Alright? Reclaiming your voice, your worth, and authority. This card shows healing after a loss of heartbreak, manipulation, or disempowerment. You are remembering who you are. Delayed healing for fear, standing up for yourself, or giving your power. You're not doing that shit again. Alright? I return to myself fully and unapologetically. Thank you, love. So you are returning back to yourself. Can't nobody fuck with you because you know who you are. These cards is bomb ass. Alright? Nobody's fucking with you. Confirmation. Damn. The exile. Rejection, emotional isolation, or being pushed away. Someone may feel shut out and abandoned and disconnected. This can also point out the need of time alone to gain clarity. Emotional withdrawal, silent treatment, or abandoning others before they can abandon you. Alright? I do not chase what chooses distance over truth. Alright? And so that's what's happening to these people in the past. This is why these people are coming back towards you. Alright, damn, that shit was deep as fuck. Alright, this is why these people are coming back towards you. Trying to get out of motherfucking karma. Yeah, these people owe you. But they owe you in blood for real. Like they owe you money, but they owe you in blood too. Siblings partner. Something could be happening to your sibling's partner. If people are doing shit on you and they got partners, well, that shit's not gonna happen to you. Spirit gonna find somebody else to give that shit to. And who they give it to ain't got shit to do with you. These people are watching you on social media because they know you telling the goddamn truth. And it ain't shit they can do about it. Not a goddamn thing. Because they know you telling the truth. I'll never have nobody come on this bitch. You will have motherfuckers come on here talk about witchcraft, but you will never have a motherfucker that come on this bitch and be like, you lying about everything you're saying. They'll never do that because they know once they bring their asses on here and do that, you have their energy and you'll be able to read it for filth. You can do it without it. Alright, and these are old friends. These are people that you don't fuck with no more. These are people that you don't fuck with no more. You can see these people tearing down. Alright, everybody is tearing down. Yesterday, something significant about yesterday. A sibling's partner. somebody is saying whatever you want, just ask. Somebody is watching you on social media and somebody is saying whatever you want, just ask. Whatever you want. I don't know. Somebody want to be loyal to you, assisting you. Whatever you want. So somebody want to give you whatever it is that you want. All right, God is fixing to show you your next move. All right, God could have showed you something yesterday. All right, fraud here. Fraud. All right, fraud. Old friends owe you. Fraud. Somebody could do some fraud in your goddamn name. They get their ass toe up. Somebody phone tapped. Somebody phone tap. Somebody could have said that they don't fuck with you, they don't talk with you. There could be an investigation going on, and this person contacted your ass, and you got proof. All right, a baby father could be going to a practitioner. John is significant. What the fuck y'all got going on? All right, somebody's scared that you're gonna reveal who the fuck they really is. Ooh, if you are into spirituality and your baby daddies ain't shit, they swear up and down. They doing shit to try to stop you from telling their business. Because their energy is close to your energy because you share a child with this person. Alright? And somebody drinking heavy now. Somebody that went to a dark practitioner and they phone tap. Now they drinking heavy. You got to be more careful. Alright, let's see. Oh shit. Something is about to be made clear when it comes to a sibling partner and about something that was owed to you in a week. Somebody tried to unalive you. Alright, and they watching your ass on social media. Crystals could be significant, or crystal. Somebody could be eating crystals or something about crystal. Alright, good is significant. Old friends. You got good old friends that are watching you that want to clear the air when it comes to certain things as well. Alright, let's see. Alright, everyone knows the truth now. You didn't even have to defend shit. Somebody could have had a heart attack. You didn't have to do anything. Somebody gave you your proof. Just like that stupid ass motherfucker left that video message. Because what you thought I was finna do with that? But post it. Alright, so it's like spirit be guiding people to do certain shit. Then they look back and be like, damn, why the fuck I did that? I just told them myself, yeah. Relocation soon. Somebody could be relocating because of a dark practitioner. If a dark practitioner want that ass, it don't matter where you go. Significant. Somebody swimming in a pool of fraud. Somebody did a whole bunch of shit. Alright, somebody did a whole bunch of fraud. I heard PPP loans is coming back to hunt somebody. You getting ready to fly somewhere. God is going to show you your next move. Alright, they can't hold your money back no more. Efforts. Somebody getting ready to get a call. You're getting ready to get a call. Alright, relocation. I really feel like this crystal is the name, but it could be the crystals like that burger place too. Alright, going shopping. Get ready to go shopping. Alright, because that's what's going to get ready to happen. Alright, doing something that they thought that they could never do. Doing something you thought that they would never do. Alright, so somebody's coming around and doing something that you thought that they would never do. Alright, paperwork is here. Something is getting real. Alright, something is getting real. Everybody knows the truth. The truth is out. Alright, so you don't even know your name ringing bells and a whole bunch of folks' names. A whole bunch of folks' names. You are protected by the sun. Somebody know you really like that. Somebody is wanting to marry you, or somebody is wanting to reconciliate. Alright, the shock of your life. Mercedes is here. And land. Somebody finna have a whole bunch of shit. They'll tell you somebody finna get caught up with some shit that belongs to you. Alright, and you finna take ownership of it. Store owner. Alright, McDonald's is significant. Somebody work at a fast food place. Divine intervention is getting ready to happen. Alright, somebody paid somebody off. East is significant. East Coast. Somebody could have paid somebody off to hurt you. All right, somebody could have paid somebody off to hurt you, and that shit didn't work. For one, you don't go places. All right, you don't be out and about. You don't put yourself in fucked up situations. All right, so whatever somebody thought that they was doing to your ass, it's not working. All right, they're mad because you know they secrets. All right, because they was able to do this shit before, but they cannot do it now. All right, because you are you, and they ain't shit. All right, Virgin Islands is significant. Record. Somebody got a record or something. Somebody recorded something. Somebody knows they fucked up. Somebody got proof. It could be you. You could have proof that somebody is in your energy. All right. Waking up to good news. You could be waking up to some good news. All right. You're going to find out how wrong somebody was, or somebody's finding out how the fuck wrong they is. All right. Orlando is significant. All right. As soon as you talk to this person, you're leaving. You're still in love. All right. You're still in love. Or somebody's still in love with you. All right. Somebody's doing some shit up under the moon and their ass getting caught the fuck up. Something going down real big. All right. Somebody aborted something and lied about it. Somebody walked away from something and lied about it. All right. Baby father is significant. Somebody could have lied and said they aborted something and lied. All right. Loft is here. All right, last night is significant. It's a whole bunch of last night energy here. Something about a child. All right, sweeping you off your feet. A niece is significant. You are so special. Somebody asking about you. All right, and things are getting ready to fast pace now. All right, you're getting ready to move into a new home. It's like God just wanted you to see some shit. All right, you done seen what you needed to see, and now you're going to get ready to move forward. Look at this shit. Now I see everything now. Well, I be damn. Well, I be damn. I'm going to use these cards just because I want to. Oh, and this card. I forgot to put this in there. I did this card last night. But you are finally free. All right. You are finally feeling free from a situation. You are not in bondage. These people wanted you stuck in bondage. All right. And you're definitely not that. All right. No reversals. No reversals because I didn't fix the cards. Yeah, your pathway is clear. Wheel of Fortune is here. I know the fuck that's right. All right, your pathway is clear. Wheel of Fortune is here. Somebody was doing some sort of love spells on you, and their ass still got burnt. All right? They mad as fuck. Why? Because you love it on yourself. Romance, charm. All right? Because you got love in your life. All right? And most importantly, it's the love that you have for yourself. All right? In the distant future, there's a celebration here. Love, harmony, and relationship, partners, and union. And baby, that was your real. Somebody going to jail and that's their new beginning. Well, the fuck. Oh, and the beach is significant. All right, and Aruba. All right, is anybody on YouTube wanting a reading? All right, because I'm fixing to expose this live. All right, I'll be back. But I didn't want to have this video long as hell. Does anybody want a on-the-spot read at this time? On-the-spot reads, all right, are $15. Does anybody want a on-the-spot read? All right, if you're wanting a 30-minute video, all right, if you are wanting a 30-minute video, those videos are $20. The full moon is coming up. If you are interested in a full moon reading, please let me know. As well. I gotta find out when the full moon is because I know it's happening soon, but I don't know when. All right, so is anybody on YouTube wanting a reading before I log off? All right, you guys, I will see you later.